$48,000 in his trading account. And I'll tell you, that is fake. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Now, I know I've made a whole lot of these series of copying a whole lot of traders and their strategy, and literally every video has really been a successful one. So, in this video, I decided to do another one in which I copy Cubank's Forex trading strategy. Now, for those of you who know Cubanks, I have watched some of his videos. He doesn't really upload so much when it comes to Forex strategies on YouTube. I mean, the videos I learned his strategies from were videos he uploaded about 6-7 years ago. So they were really long time. So I believe this could still be strategy till today, because I don't actually have the money to pay for his mentorship class or whatsoever because I'm broke. So ladies and gentlemen, let's jump straight into the markets and let's go. So for a very long time, I've been on the trades. We can see this is USD/JPY, and listen, from my common and most stupid knowledge, I can tell you USD/JPY is going for a sell. Like, I don't even need so much analysis right now. So from my most common knowledge, I can tell you for a fact USD/JPY is obviously going for a sell. But I don't want it to be that easy. So I mean, I have analyzed literally every trade right here, and I can just look at the ones you see at the top here, ones that I don't really touch, I just have them. Then the ones you see here are the ones I trade from Euro USD down. Although Euro USD, I don't really touch Euro USD. The downer, if there's any word like that, downer, or the lower it is, the more I am to open. I don't know the word I'm going to use, but what I'm trying to say is these pairs at the bottom, I open them more frequently than the ones at the top. So GBP/NZD, you see, I literally had a trade right here that had already hit my take profit, but I was not on this trade on GBP/USD. It was for a different series. USD/JPY, like I said, I can tell you it's going to the downside. GU, I was also on this trade for a different series, and I'm still recording that video. That's why the trade is still here, so it has not gone anywhere. CHF/JPY, or I would say CJ. I don't really know where CHF/JPY is headed, I will be honest with you, but I think it's headed for a sell. But the only thing with CHF/JPY is I think it may want to get to this level to retest before it goes to the downside like it did here. And one hint I would give you to the Forex market is how the market acted before is the exact same way the market is going to act again. I mean, history repeats itself. That phrase, history repeats itself, it always happens in the Forex market. So you do not need to be disturbed, because history literally repeats itself every single time in the Forex market. So I'm confident that it could, or maybe even if it does not want to retest, maybe for me I could just go straight to the downside. That's for CHF/JPY. Euro/JPY, making an analysis here, which I'm going to come later. I'm expecting some buys on Euro/JPY, Euro/NZD. Okay, yeah, I was expecting some sells on Euro/NZD, but the market is kind of fluctuating, going up and down for Euro/NZD. Euro/GBP. Yeah, I did not enter this trade actually, to be honest. I said if it comes to this place, I'm expecting a break and retest before I enter. So don't think I entered this trade. I actually did not enter this trade. Even this one, I did not enter this one because I was expecting it to come to this key level, in which it never made it to the key level. So I never took this trade. This could be the new one. This could be the new one I'm anticipating, but I'm still not sure about this one. I could still take it or not, but let's not really go to Euro/GBP right now. GBP/CHF is another trade I'm not really looking towards it. That's for GBP/CHF. GJ. Now remember, when I say the ones I'm looking towards are the ones at the downside. The higher it is, the less interested I am. We can see NZD/CHF, not really interested for this one. USD/CHF was a trade I analyzed and I missed it out because I've been anticipating it for a very long time. If you've watched my other or my previous series, you should know what I'm about to say right now. USD/CHF, if we go to a weekly time frame, we can see it is something that it has been acting for a very long time, for about 3 years right now. Let me show you what I mean. So this is USD/CHF. And we can see this key level, I marked it out. This was 2023 This was 2024. As you can see down, if we trace it down, it says 2024 at the bottom. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is 2025. If you can trace it down, it's 2025. So from as it broke below this key zone, it came back here to retest. 2023, it went back to the downside, came back 2024, went back to the downside, and I saw the trade somewhere around here in October 2024. So I've been waiting for this trade since October. I've been waiting for this trade to come to this level since October, November, December, January. 4 months. I've been waiting for this trade for about 4 months. I've been anticipating for 4 months, and I knew it was going to go to the upside, but I didn't want to buy here because if I had bought, what if it went to the downside? There is no key level here, so you're not sure. So I've been waiting for the trade to play out, and it has been going, and gradually it got to the same key level in January 2025. Now, if we now go to the lower time frame, like the 4 hours, now we can see. Okay, before that, let's go back to the weekly. Now I can take this trade to the downside again, but it's going to take. We can see here it was from September, October, November, December, January, 5 months. So if I take this trade from here to the downside again, it's going to take, and it's most likely going to take another 5 months. So it's going to be January, February, March, April, May. So I'm going to hold the trade till May, in which I don't want to be holding a forex trade till May. So instead, what I'm going to do than holding a trade till May, I wanted to just enter the trade here and exit here. And to be honest, it is playing exactly as I predicted, but I missed it. I missed it because I was focused on other pairs. So to be honest, I'm not going to blame it on anybody, but I predicted the trade accurately. We can see how the trade came into this key level. It retested. This is like a head and shoulder. So it came back to this head and shoulder zone, and I drew it perfectly. It retested. I would have entered the trade here. This would have been a 1:4 risk to reward. Then when I entered the trade, I would have taken it to the downside. Now this is where the trade currently is. We can see that the trade is just going to take some few weeks to make it to this place, and maybe it's going to finally make it next week. I don't think it's going to make it this week because today is Wednesday or Thursday. I think today is Wednesday or Thursday. So it's going to take some few days before it makes it to this zone. So that is for USD CHF, and I've been anticipating the trade for a very, very long time. Now if we go to BTC USD, oh wow. There's one thing about me and my forex trades. A whole lot of times I do not know that I anticipated some trades. I predicted some trades. I honestly didn't know that I did this on BTC USD because I almost never open BTC USD. So it means I'm expecting some sales. What I could be expecting from BTC USD is to get a proper break and retest from here. Starts broken, then retest, then I take it to the downside. That's what I'm going to be expecting from BTC. But I'm honestly not looking to get into this trade on BTC because BTC is not really one of my favorite pairs, and we can see this kind of head and shoulder. It's not a real head and shoulder, it's a minor head and shoulder. This rubbish that BTC USD used to do. Then here, so we can see the head and shoulder. And BTC USD, it's a good one too. We're going to expect it to go to the downside. If we go to a daily time frame, we can see. So it has been testing this zone for a very, very long time. BTC USD, I think this was when Trump was inaugurated, January 20th. Yes, and it pulled to the upside, but then it has gone for a dip. Obviously, BTC USD is obviously BTC USD. So we're going to be expecting some sales on BTC USD till this zone. And when it gets there, fine and good. Whatever happens. Even if it doesn't get there, fine and good. Then XAUSD too was another trade. I think I made a prediction for XAUSD also. Did I? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, yeah, I made a prediction and it actually didn't play out completely. XAUSD is another pair in which I don't usually trade because I made a prediction for XAUSD and I was expecting it to come to the downside. And I mean, it did because it was here I said we could be taking the trade to the downside. So it did, but the trade stopped halfway and kept on going to the upside. But funny enough, I never entered it because I was honestly not interested in the trade. I already had, you see, one thing you should know about the forex market is you don't need to enter 6 different positions at once. Once you have 1 or 2, you're good to go. I mean, currently I'm actually on a trade on GBP USD, and let me show it to you guys. So I'm on a trade on GBP USD, and GBP USD is one of my, it's not really one of my favorite pairs, but it's a pair that actually does what I want it to do. So I'm currently on a trade on GBP USD. So at the end of the day, I don't need to enter, you don't need to enter 6, 7, 8 positions to be a good trader. Believe me, you don't need to. All you need is just one good position, one good pair that is going to, you're going to strike it with 10 or 15 or maybe 25 lot size if you have the money. Or, okay, let me put it this way, you're going to strike it with a good amount of lot size. That's just it. So XAUSD, yes, the prediction, it didn't happen perfectly. I said we're going to be waiting for a break and retest, then we take it to the downside, in which we did it, we kind of got, but you know, XAUSD is a really volatile pair and sometimes your analysis on XAUSD can go to the wrong direction. So that is one thing about XAUSD, is why on most cases I don't trade XAUSD. I trade, but not always. So XAUSD, it didn't really play out. XAUSD and BTCUSD are very much similar. It didn't really play out as expected. Okay, so this is USD CAD. No, I'm not really a fan of USD CAD. I told you the trades that are above, I'm not really interested in trading them. But this is Euro USD right now. Seems like this is a nice one, because I can tell you for a fact that this trade is about to go for a sell. Yeah, because this is a key level it has tested multiple times. 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. So it's a zone that I'll tell you that, hey, this is actually going to go to the downside. Euro USD, yep. So we could be expecting some sells from Euro USD. So opportunities in the markets are literally so much that I am not even interested. I'm not even interested in taking a trade. But first things first, before I take a trade, let me make this clear. I know you guys saw this and you'll be like, oh, what a great start. I mean, he has $48,000 in his trading account. And I'll tell you, that is fake. It's not a real account. Listen, this is a demo account. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. Let me increase the brightness, so you're going to see it even more. This is a demo account. So all the trades and all the anticipations and everything, all the blues, all the wins, everything literally you see me do them because I am a broke trader. And the reason I'm doing all this is to get views from YouTube, get my YouTube channel monetized. And when I get my YouTube channel monetized, I now go and fund my Forex account, because I'm not a fan of prop firms, okay? Prop firms are literally waste of time, I'll be honest, because at the end of the day, a whole lot of prop firms will scam you. A whole lot of prop firms will take your money and will not deliver. So prop firms, a whole lot of people are jumping into prop firms. They want you to buy a $10,000 account with $50, in which it sounds very crazy, okay? It sounds highly impossible. So I'm not even interested in that. So I was asking myself, which business will I do that I can get capital from, and then I can fund my Forex account? That's why you see I use dummy accounts. That's why you see I use fake accounts. And literally all my videos, I use a demo account. So none of them are real, okay? Don't get deceived. The reason I'm making this clear is I know a whole lot of people could be deceived and think this is real money. It is not real money. I'm doing it so when I get views from YouTube, I monetize my Forex account. And some people have asked me, hey, why don't you just fund, even if it's $10? And I tell them, listen, I'm broke, okay? I cannot even afford, I can afford a $10. I can afford to, fund my account with $10. But if I still fund my account with $10, I'm going to blow it at the end of the day. You can't take $10 into $1 million. It's almost impossible. It is 99.999% impossible. You're still going to blow it at the end of the day. So it is going to be better. It is easier to take $1,000 to $10,000 than taking $100 to $10,000. So that's why I need a suitable and a substantial, a reasonable amount that I can use to fund my account. And then when I fund my account, we go and make the bags. So at this point in time, all the fancy house you see, it's not mine. The house, this is my father's house, this is my family home. I need an empire of my own, okay? I need to have my home, I need to have my cars, I need to have the Rolls Royces, I need to have the luxury life, in which for now I just cannot afford it. Like, look at the phone I'm literally using. This is a broken Android. I don't know if you can see this. Like, my screen is literally broken right now. So this is a broken Android. You can see the write-up I have in my screen here. Iman Gadzhi started at 14, you started at 18. You need to double up if you want to catch up. So it's like a motivation I used to remind myself that, hey, you're not rich right now, you don't have anything. So you need to work hard. So that's why I'm doing all this, okay? So the accounts you're seeing are dummy accounts. They are not real accounts. I'm not here to deceive anybody. And I really hope someday I'm going to be successful. I know someday I could afford the rich lifestyle. I could afford the yachts, the private jets, the private mansions, the Bugattis, the rich life, the Rolls Royces, and the beautiful cars, and so on and so forth. I'm also not a fan of multiple women. I'm a fan of one woman getting married to one woman and one woman alone. I'm not a fan of a many woman something. Nah. You know, these 4 wives, 6 wives, a whole lot of wives. Nah, I'm not really a fan of that. In the world in which we live in, we see a whole lot of people talk about morals and, you know, living as God plans, and in the next 2 or 3 statements, they try to justify why having multiple women in their lives is better than having one. And you know, some of this rubbish, I'm just not a fan of it, okay? I'm a fan of one, as God has said it, one, and we're good with that. So back to the markets, and there are a whole lot of opportunities right now. Euro USD, and we can see it's kind of making a double, looking not a double top, a head and shoulder. It's kind of making a head and shoulder. So it could retest and then go to the downside. It's kind of making a head and shoulder. So I don't know what Euro USD wants to do, but I could predict that Euro USD could go for a sell. So we can take Euro USD to the downside. But I'm not really interested that much in Euro USD. So if I were QBanks, how would I analyze this trade? Let's go to a daily time frame. QBanks, he does the first things first. One of his rules is the top-down analysis. So we have to go to a higher time frame and start analyzing to a lower time frame. So Euro USD is on a downtrend. Give me some seconds, let me delete all this. So if we look at on a weekly time frame, Euro USD is actually on a downtrend. So this downtrend has been happening since 2008, right? Since 2008. So this high right here, if we rule this, we can see that the downtrend is spontaneous. The downtrend is very loud. So we don't want to be going against the trend. We don't want to be trading against the trend. Yeah, I know sometimes, I'll be honest, I do trade against the trend, but I trade against the trend when I know what I am doing. So we can now start marking out key levels. This is a key level. It's not really much of a key level, but I don't like marking so much key levels, so we're going to not have so much lines. And there's one rule of thumb he works with, in which I wrote down QBanks. And he said, always base your levels of support and resistance on an average price or level. Now, let me explain. Now, we can see this key level right here. We can see there's a touch here, there's another touch here, there's another touch here, there's another touch here, and there's another touch here. So when you're placing a key level, let the key level make sure it is average on all the touches. Because if you place it right here, let's say somewhere here, it respects this, but this and this are broken. So we have to place it in a way that it will touch literally all of them. So it comes here, 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 here a little bit, but not that much, and also here. So it respects majority of them. So that is for the weekly. We can now come down to the daily. But okay, before that, still on the weekly, I think I saw this. We can see this is another one in which was respected. It's a good key level in which was respected. Then we now have to come down to the daily, and even to the daily, you can see that's overall trend line that we drew. It is still respecting it right here. Now even from the daily, so this is respected, this is respected. Is there any other thing we can mark out here? Yeah, I think we can mark out this key level. This key level, it's not that much, but this is a good one. And again, we can also mark out another one, but I don't want to mark out too many key levels. This was a consolidation zone. We go down to the 4 hours time frame, and voila, you can see the level in which we are in is the level in which the market has been respecting for a very long time. That's overall. If we go down to a weekly, that overall market I drew from here down, if we now go down to the 4 hours, we see that it is respecting that level. Then also another downtrend the market has here is this one. So we can see this is another downtrend in which the market is respecting. So the trend lines are really key. So from this market on Euro USD, we should be expecting some sells and some selling opportunities. So I think we have gotten the entry signal in which we're waiting for. We just remember I told you this market. Okay, first things first, let me put the short position entry. I think this is a good one. Now remember I told you the market was about to make some higher highs and higher lows. Now you can see it was about to make a touch here. So this is more like an inverse head. Okay, sorry, not higher highs and higher lows, head and shoulders rather. So we can see this is a head and shoulder, head. So this is a potential shoulder in which you could come here and then we take it to the downside. Even if it doesn't come there, fine and good. So this trade is respected. This is going to be TP1. You can see this. If I place this here, if I come to place this here, yeah, so this is going to be TP1. This level is going to be take profit 1. Then we can now see the larger one, which is take profit 2. So this one is a 1:4. Let me expose this a little bit again. Yeah, it's like a 1:2 risk to reward. So this is more like TP1, and the larger one is TP. So the larger one is take profit 2. So we're going to be expecting Euro USD. Now I can take it to the downside, like I can take it down because I'm expecting some trade from Euro USD. I may not be entering this trade. Before I wake up, I don't think it's going to play out. I may not be entering this trade, but still, I'm just going to do it and later I'm going to come back to it to see how like every market I've been entering since the beginning of this year has all been going to sells and sells and sells and sells. They've all been going to the downside. So I'm going to be expecting a sell from Euro USD. Also, I think that was Euro NZD also. Okay, no, not Euro NZD. Euro JPY. Yeah, Euro JPY. I am going to also be expecting buys from Euro JPY. So Euro USD sells, Euro JPY buys. We're going to step out and let's say a few hours later, we're going to come back to see how the analysis played out. Bye for now.